Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Zelazny, Chief Marketing Officer at Signals Analytics, to discuss lessons learned from the world of military intelligence and how that can be applied to fast-moving consumer goods, or what's known as the FMCG space. Francis, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Signals Analytics.
So Signals Analytics was a company that was started by two military intelligence officers who recognized that the techniques used in their trade in the field could be applied to business. The idea was that if you looked at all different types of data sources from all over, there were many signals to be picked up on. And if you could actually read and recognize those signals, you could make better business decisions. Similarly to the military, where, knowing field intelligence, signals intelligence, using all types of forms of intel will enable better decisions on the battlefield.
What are the lessons learned from military intelligence, and how do you apply that to the fast-moving consumer goods space?
So the lessons learned is that it's not enough to have a lot of data. You need to have good data, and you need to be able to separate the signals from the noise in order to know what really matters and what to act on. So we know that in the world of FMCG and in the business world, there are tons and tons of data that is being created online every day, every second, all the time from so many different sources. And it's very hard for business leaders to know which are the important ones and what to act on. So oftentimes there are trade-offs to be made. You decide you're just going to look at sales data. You will just look at customer review. You will just look at what's going on in the calls, customer logs that are coming into customer service. But imagine you could have like a war room where you got all of the signals coming in from all of these different sources at the same time, and we're able to connect the dots and in real time have a intelligence mapping that tells you which way to go, what kind of products to build, where to invest, what kind of ingredients to put into different products, what kind of messages in your marketing campaign would work best. And especially in an era of COVID, where nothing that we've done in the past can foretell the future, we really need to rely on good market intelligence in order to determine the next move.
What kind of technology is behind Signals Analytics, and how would that work?
So we have built NLP, natural language processing, from the ground up. We basically deconstructed standard NLP and applied it to the world that we're talking about. So these are machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies that are able to extract context and insights from social media posts, key influencers, product reviews, product ratings, blogs, forums, news, patents, conference materials, research papers, over 13,000 different sources that are all being crunched in real time using this technology in order to extract insights and market intelligence.
What differentiates Signals Analytics from other data sets that are available?
So most of the data sets are out there. The problem is, how do you connect them? How do you extract the signals from them? And that's the big challenge. So there are many different data sets. There are also many different analytic platforms. But what makes Signals unique is that we're coming to the table with the data already connected, specifically to address verticals such as food and beverage, other consumer goods sector, beauty, personal care, household goods, so on and so forth. And the rules, that what we call taxonomy, is already built so that analytic teams, marketing teams, product insight teams, consumer CMI teams, innovation teams don't have to think about how to build all of these systems from scratch. This is where most of these analytic or data projects fail. We make it easy and impactful from day one for these companies to actually use this data and act upon them, turning insight into action.
And Francis, to wrap up here, big data and advanced analytics have changed the way we do business across all industries. Do you think we're still in the early innings of the evolution behind this and the newer technologies? What do you think the future holds?
So I think the future will involve many more different types of data sets. We're talking about today using mostly internal data, or what we call external data, open source online. But obviously the types of data that are coming on board, video, chat, there's so many other data sources that can still be leveraged. And the more data that can be that can be brought in, and the better technology that is used to extract those insights, the more accurate those insights will be, and we'll be able to, companies will be able to act better, faster, and more efficiently and make better decisions.
Frances, thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. We appreciate the insight.
Thank you so much.
You got it. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.